Welcome to Glowing Success. My name is Heidi and I am your host. This podcast is for beauty entrepreneurs. Join me weekly as we dive into the beauty industry's ins and outs, from business strategies, top-selling services, and taboo topics. I will be interviewing industry leaders with empowering stories and game-changing insights. Let's illuminate your path to success together. Let's jump into this next episode. I wanted to tell you guys I'm having some technical issues with my microphone today, so my sound is a little bit off. I apologize. I am currently studying Iridology, and I wanted to share some connection moments that I had over the weekend. So starting a new chapter in life can be like really scary, right? Like you're starting something new, you're new at it, you're learning all this information really fast. But the more I dive into this Iridology, the more I understand why my spirit guides showed me it. So I asked my spirit guides to show me it. The connection point and the amazing thing I learned over the weekend is how Iridology specifically connects to acne. So of course, like, I have dealt with acne for a long time and talk about it quite often. Even though I'm more known for lashes in my esthetician career, like, I talk about acne quite a bit. Because this isn't just something I'm studying, this is something I have lived. Like, I have acne currently. I've had acne for a long time. I've struggled with acne most of my adult life. I started getting it around probably the age of 22. Now, mind you, I had years where it was worse, and obviously now it's much better because I've dealt with it in different ways. But if you've ever struggled with your own acne, you know how frustrating it is. You try all the products out there, you try all the treatments, you try all the routines that are like going around. And sometimes, of course, it gets better, and sometimes it just doesn't. And nobody really dives into the why. Like, a lot of estheticians, don't get me wrong, we have a little bit of knowledge of why, right? We dive into like the different zones of where you get acne and where it could be correlating in your body. But essentially, we're just offering services and products of the active marks, or to take away some of the active pustules. But sometimes we're really not getting to that root cause, right? After 24 years in the beauty industry, I've seen the pattern of what we're doing, what we can do, what is affected. And not just on my own skin, but in my own practice as well, and like how far we can actually take it with our clients. And usually we're sending them to the dermatologist to go further, but we're really not sending them to like naturopaths and things like that. And sometimes people are, so don't get me wrong. If you are, that's amazing. But I went down this whole rabbit hole of like, what type of acne you have and how it correlates to your body. And of course, we know, kind of as estheticians, we know most of the time if you have acne on your chin, it's correlating to your hormones. If you have acne on your cheeks, it's correlating to food or digestion. Forehead is usually stress or products. Between your brows is usually indulgences, like you had a really great weekend where you indulged in wine or chocolate or something. And then we know the differences between the type of acne you have. So whether it be the region, but this is the type. So it's like if it's pustular, if it's bacterial, if it's cystic. I mean, there's all, the comedones, right? But unless you go to the doctor, like a dermatologist, and even dermatologists don't always get everything correct because, once again, sometimes we have to go deeper than that, right? Sometimes we have to go deeper than the products, the peels, the services, the doctor's offices, the antibiotics, all of the things. We have to go deep to the core and the root cause of it. And I think that's where I am really finding that Iridology is like magic, okay? This practice has been around for thousands of years. Let's kind of preface with that. So this isn't something new. It could be just new to our ears, new to certain Western standards, but this practice is not new by any means. So Iridology is the practice of analyzing the eye to get insight into what's going on inside your body. So your iris, so the colored part of your eye, really talks about all the different things that are connected to your body. So every area, it has different zones of the iris that correspond to different organs and different systems of the body. And your sclera is pretty much the same way, but your sclera actually talks about things your body is currently going through at the moment. So When I started learning about the different zones and how it connects to like your skin health and specifically like acne and things like that, I'm like really diving in, and it's so just fascinating for different reasons, but give me some comfort to know that I can really help people on a different level when it comes to helping, them figure out their acne. Maybe they have gone to all the things and they're still, fighting with it. So iridology gives us a way to look at, what may be happening from the inside and what could be missing, right? So it gives us like a different way to look at your breakouts. It gives us a different way to address them. So if your breakouts are hormonal, if they're digestive, if they're lymphatic in nature, like this is going to give you kind of that key, right? How this is done is your iris may show, like, let's say stress or congestion in like your liver zone, let's say your liver and adrenal zones, let's say. So your liver, processes excess hormones. So when it's overworked, those hormones could build up and show up in your skin. So let's say that's one way you could do it. Let's say your acne is digestive. So think of like the forehead and cheeks, right? So skin that looks dull or congested, let's say too. The iris may show markings like in your stomach ring and your intestinal zone. So when your gut, let's say, isn't eliminating properly, your body pushes toxins out through the skin instead. So, it's stuff like that, or even like lymphatic, for instance. So deep cystic acne is usually lymphatic issues. So they're like slower to heal. They never fully come up. Your iris may show what's called a lymphatic rosary. So I'm still learning a lot about this, you guys, but that is a string of small like dots around the outer edge of the iris that, signals congestion in the lymphatic system essentially. So I'm still learning all this, so definitely bear with me as I'm learning this. But we're not sitting here diagnosing anybody. So when I do an iridology mapping, coming up soon here, I'm not diagnosing people, but really what iridology is really good about is it gives an insight into what's going on with the body, what are you dealing with, what your body is really good at too, and it gives you that awareness. And so then you can take those necessary steps to go forward with whatever you want to do whenever you're dealing with, right? So it's just a new way to look at your body, just a new way to communicate with your body. And I think that's really powerful. I think, having more information is really powerful. One of the other things that I kind of made connection over the weekend too with iridology is, my background in business, so building business, my background in marketing. And one of the things that I'm really excited about is, the different connections I'm going to be making with other businesses when I do these iris mappings or offer this service. I think that's really cool because it's also merging together my worlds of like, okay, I love business building, I love marketing, I love connection marketing, I love networking, things like that. And this is definitely going to fit into that category as well. Like, I love the idea of connecting with all these different businesses, and I'm really excited to offer this. I'm really excited to, this is definitely feeling like it's a connection point for me as well. It's really feeling like home for me. So, but it gives me, iridology is giving me a bridge between all my worlds, right? So like it's connecting my business side, it's connecting my marketing side, obviously it's connecting my acne side, it's connecting all the health and wellness stuff that I'm interested in as well. So I can't wait to start making these new connections. I can't wait to start doing iris mapping. I'm so excited you guys are along with me on this journey. I'm going to bring you along on this journey as I get certified, and I'm learning every day, so I love it. I'm really excited about it. But if you guys are interested, connect with me. You can message me anywhere. You can message me wherever you find me if you're interested in kind of getting signed up for, being one of the first to get your iris mapped with me and so forth. Other than that, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, I'd love for you to leave a review. It really helps more people find the show. And if you know someone who'd also enjoy it, share it with them or tag me on Instagram so I can thank you. New episodes come out every week, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss one. See you next time.